I found that they so many people keep their business or their expertise to themselves, and it's particularly so in the coaching space. And what I mean by that is that you firstly might think, do you know what, I can't coach until I've got my cert, and I hope we've already tackled that in noting that of course you should coach, and the very first person you should coach is yourself. And we've extended that out now in terms of helping you, breaking you into groups and encouraging you to practice with each other. And I want to take that a step further and encourage you to share your coaching self with your friends and your family, and perhaps those that you come in contact with throughout the flow of your day. And the reason I touch into this and I want to encourage it is because if you want to be a great coach, you need to coach, and you need to gain the experience of dealing with people in different states and different spaces and all sorts of different problems. And what happens so often is that people will, let's say for example's sake, become a coach, graduate, but they create this weird barrier amongst their friends and their family. And there's two real negatives to that. One, they don't get to bring the benefit that they could to those in their immediate environment and reap the rewards and the benefits of it. And the second thing is that there is nobody more primed and more wanting to recommend you and share your value with other people. And so if you do, they're the very ones that are going to introduce others to you and really help build up your practice. So in touching into this, it's all well and good to say it, but what does it look like? The fact of the matter is we, as we engage throughout the course of our day, we find ourselves in conversations with loved ones, family, friends. And, you know, the real nice thing is listening to people, is hearing them out. And you might find an opportunity to ask a question to them that would be probably a little bit awkward in the flow of a natural conversation. But perhaps if you were to say, look, I think I have an idea that might really help you. Would you be open to me kind of stepping into my more coaching shoes and come at this conversation from that angle and perhaps help you? And I think it's really important to announce things. If you are stepping into a kind of your coaching self, I think it's very important that you announce that to the person. And you get their permission. So if they say, yeah, okay, that's interesting, I'd be open to it. You can then enter into what I would describe as a mini session. And I do think it is important that it is a mini session. You know, if it's informally come up and it's in the flow of a natural conversation, this is kind of 5-10 minutes, you know, absolute max half an hour. And when there's a natural completion, you say, look, I think there's a natural completion here. I hope that was of value to you. Perhaps it is, perhaps, you know, it might not be. That's okay. But I think you can announce yourself and say, look, I think this is a natural ending. Let's leave it at that. And perhaps, you know, you can come back to me in a few days and let me know your feedback. But for now, let's move the subject on. And I think that's good because, you know, you've shown a bit of yourself, a vulnerable side of yourself, and it gives them a little bit of space and time to process that. And I share this with you because, as I said, to be a good coach, you need to coach. And in doing this, you're going to multiply your opportunities to build that experience. You perhaps are going to have some stumbling blocks, and do you know what's lovely? Those that you're closest to will be really understanding. And as I said, when we hit stumbling blocks, those are good opportunities for you to learn and develop and grow. And so it's going to speed up that learning curve, and it's going to build up your confidence really nicely too. And the key thing is that if you bring any value to the people around you, and in time you will learn to bring an enormous amount of value to them. As I said, you get to reap the benefits of them because they'll prosper, they'll grow, and as we prosper and grow, we become so much easier and so much more fun to relate to. But not only that, you'll leave them respecting your space all the more, appreciating your skill, your talent, perhaps actually wanting to engage with you. but no doubt wanting to share your value with others and make recommendations and introductions to you. And I think that's a really beautiful thing when you when people close to you introduce you, and I come across this with so many people that they shut themselves off from those that they're closest to, and it's as I said, I think they're missing out on such opportunities, and such just a deeper level of connection with those that they're closest to. So I wanted to note that really I would encourage you to seek out opportunities throughout the flow of your day to learn how to engage with those opportunities in a conscious and considerate manner, that makes whoever it is that you're dealing with feel safe, and to do it with the intention of building your experience, developing new ways of working with different ways to perhaps you're used to build your reputation, to build your confidence, and hopefully, fingers crossed, build demand. And I share this with you because I am going to go really deep in time into marketing and lead generation and all that. But up front, there is nothing that I believe in more than actually just showing up as the coach that you are and naturally coaching throughout the flow of your day. There's nothing that I believe in more to generate your reputation, your confidence, your experience, your demand, than doing that. And I want to encourage you to overcome the natural blocks that of course may be there, and build confidence in doing it, in getting that exposure out there. It will be so worth it on so many levels. And I had such a beautiful experience only a few weeks ago where I got to coach my father, and he I think it was really the first time he saw me in this capacity and felt the impact that it could bring as well. And it was, I cannot express how proud I felt and how fulfilled I felt from the experience, and how much it actually contributed to our relationship.